Make good one here, and eventually we will. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. So, trigger warnings. Trigger warnings. Now, grown adults need to be advised when going to see an animated Disney film that this may have something in it that might hurt their feelings. So Disney Plus adds content warning to Dumbo and Peter Pan. Yeah, that's right. That's right. These movies are so damn insensitive. I can't take it. You better put a trigger warning on it. That's it. I'm done, Disney. I am done. So, that's pretty much the way people are these days. I mean, Twitter. Come on. Oh, the hell spawn it created. Disney Plus adds a new warning, adds a new content warning label on several classic animated films, including Peter Pan and Dumbo, Fantasia, and Lady and the Tramp. Last year, the streaming service added content warnings to content considered to have outdated depictions that appeared as a smaller text box on screen. The updated disclosure appears when a user clicks on the film, with the label lasting on screen for about 10 seconds. This program includes negative depictions and or mainstream of people or cultures. The new label reads, "These stereotypes are wrong then, and they're wrong now. Rather than remove the content, we'll continue to profit while acting like we care." So rather than remove the content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories and inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity only of skin color, because like Joe Biden, you know, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black. I mean, that's pretty much what's going on today, right? I mean, and when you, from a certain perspective, you look at the things, you can say, yep, they're not as racist as they used to be. From a certain perspective, you can say, man, they're pretty racist. They're pretty racist in comparison to the way they used to be, because everything's all now about skin color, gender, sexual orientation. You've got to have people of a certain color writing people of the same color. Otherwise, it's a problem, because people can't understand each other on a human level. They can only understand each other on a skin color, on a skin deep level. Just so it's just really ridiculous nonsense stuff. A lot of pandering, a lot of virtue signaling, and it's all to act like people aren't racist when it's coming off as people are more racist than ever. And there's a lot of that racial segregation type of stuff happening, especially in Hollywood. So, trigger warnings on Peter Pan now. I mean, I don't think on Dumbo and Peter Pan. I mean, I don't think that's really necessary, unless we're talking about like Michael Jackson's Neverland. But as for the rest, maybe this is the best route to go. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Is that the best way to go, to put these? It says so. This was added for Dumbo due to racist depictions found in the film created by Disney in the 1940s and 50s. Okay, if this program is presented as originally created, the warning previously said it may contain outdated cultural depictions. So do you think trigger warnings are the best way to go? Now, ultimately, you could argue that if they really cared, wouldn't they just erase the product from existence instead of using the BS excuse that they want to use it to start conversations? They trash the product, they bury it deep, and they use that material again to profit off. But of course they will. They're going to do the new live action version, and they're already taking measures to kind of erase the existence of the other one by providing this new generation of this new version. Uh, so, and while cashing in with some just cheap live action. cheap live action adaptation of an already existing product that. Oh, so Disney's actions reflect the entertainment industry reckoning with racism inherent in content from previous decades. Well, times were different in decades. I mean, look at all the SJW, social justice, look at all the woke and diversity talk in today's content. I mean, sometime from now, maybe people then are gonna want to put up trigger warnings over that kind of stuff, like this. This content contains very misleading fake news, or this content, uh, just some nonsense, right? I mean, nothing's to stop that from happening years from now, where it's like, we need to walk back everything that was overtly woke because we now recognize how racist all this diversity matters stuff talk was, and how much we constantly targeted white people with racist statements. So think about that for the future. So Disney negative portrayals of people of color in movies on TV show HBO Max, both Gone with the Wind. We all know that one. They say it denies the horrors of slavery. Shows like 30 Rock and Community, which are more recent, the Disney films labeled for their negative depictions, also have episodes pulled from streaming sites. Let's censor everything. Let's just censor everything for today's sensitive ass little bitch society. Now, maybe this is actually the best route to go, though, to put a label on it instead of just erasing it from existence and acting like. But Disney still gets to. Either way, I mean, this way, saying that erasing, not censoring it to the point where it's erased from existence is good. Putting a trigger warning on it instead of erasing it is good, right? But still, they profit from it while pretending they care when they really don't, because we've seen how much they care when it comes to filming Mulan in China. We've seen how much they care when it comes to John Boyega talking about his treatment, how he was pretty much just there to be black and to pretend that diversity really mattered. So there's all that stuff to really think about and consider. If you want to act like this is a positive thing, what Disney is doing is good and virtuous, and they're so pure that they're not a corporation that just cares about money. No, they're willing to risk it all and lose it all for the sake of you, for the sake of being standing on the moral high ground. No, they're not. They're Anakin Skywalker. They're not Obi-Wan. So rather than look in the mirror today, I guess Disney will leave it up to others 50 years in the future to apologize for their current greed and malice. So if somebody's calling them out in the comment section, another person says, this is a positive change, a real improvement over the wishy-washy, outdated cultural depictions. Isn't this kind of a wishy-washy improvement? So one person's applauding them, one person's calling them out, and Steve, oh my God, Steve can sleep now. Jesus, it takes trigger warnings put on a movie that on animated films for Steve to sleep at night. Movies with talking animals. It just. How did we get so sensitive? Well, I know how, because everybody's been trying to brainwash each other with all this nonsense talk, all for political reasons and political gain, and it's all nonsense, and it's killing entertainment. So much of what we get today in films is hard to bear and hard to watch, because there's so much talking about, don't you mansplain to me, or you need to check your white privilege, or some nonsense and stuff like that. It's saying that all white people inherently have some kind of privilege and stuff like that. Spreading that misinformation is racist. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions on these trigger warnings being put on these animated films. Now, do you think it's the best way to go? Do you think it's completely unnecessary? Do you think people need a tissue box? They need to just calm the hell down and get the hell off Twitter and start to live a little bit of a reality. Fake Goodwin here. Eventually we will. Like, subscribe, share, stay awesome, rock on.